Hello everyone, how y'all doing today? I've just come here basically to make an announcement, a public services announcement about the weather. I was listening to the radio earlier and I heard the dude say make sure you pick up some antifreeze for your car. Now, that's some really good advice. I'm gonna say this. Go ahead and start weatherizing your car now that the weather is starting to change. Because if you don't, you can have all kind of problems in the future. Antifreeze is there to keep your car from overheating or from the water that you put in it, which I wouldn't really recommend putting water in there. I would say go ahead and buy the antifreeze that you need and use antifreeze 100% year round. So that way, a car overheating or underheating, which would be the case in the water freezing or whatever, with the temperature the way it is right now, overheating a car can be a lead to a major problem, especially when dealing with the motor, which is like the main component of a car. If your motor messes up, or you blow a gasket, or you blow a head gasket or whatever, or anything like that, or if your transmission messes up, these are two major costs, two major parts of a car that makes a car run. So what I'm going to tell you is start off by first, hey, it's probably time for you to go ahead and get it looked at, go get that oil change, make sure that the antifreeze is in there and all of that. These are very important. And some of the cheaper repairs that you can get done to ensure that this doesn't happen would be make sure your thermostat works, make sure that your water pump works or whatever. All these pretty much work in the same system of the radiator. Make sure your radiator doesn't have a leak, or make sure it works and it's holding the antifreeze and water or whatever that you got in there. And then tune-ups are good too. They're generally good for about 100,000 miles. So if you get one now, you probably won't need one for probably like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying probably like 5 years maybe, depending on how much you drive. Oil change, that's relatively about every 3 months, every 3,000 miles or so. So if you're getting your oil change every about 3 months, then you're good. I don't really have a recommendation on that. Just people say that, oh, I can change your oil for you. I recommend that you do go somewhere that holds accountability. So if they do something to where they mess up, that you could, they can end up replacing it. Now, if you just go into old Joe the mechanic over there, and he's a shade tree mechanic, and something goes wrong, Joe the mechanic gonna be like, I don't know what happened, and he's out of there, no liability. So let's see, what else? Thermostat, water pump, tune up. If you don't have heat in your car, that kind of goes along with the radiator system too, because it's the heater core most likely, or whatever. So go ahead and look into getting that replaced. If anything, the stuff that I named and told you about would all be good to go ahead and get it all done in one trip to the shop. So that way you get hit with the one labor charge. That would be the best bet for you. The battery. The battery is another thing that you want to make sure that you have a good new battery. And then if you're in a part of the country or whatever where it snows, it's always good to have new tires, or at least good used tires. Tires are very important. You don't want to have any kind of blowouts or not being able to stop. You might want to get your brakes done, changed, checked, or whatever. So that also is something that you might want to look into. Other than that, I think you'll be okay if you get all these things, these parts checked or replaced, especially if your car is like a cash car. You know, if you paid straight cash and bought it from a person or a previous owner or whatever. You know, most cases, if you're buying a new car or a newer car within the past, let's say 4 to 5 years or so, and you should be okay depending on the previous owner. So just have a diagnostic run. Let them hook up the computer and tell you that, hey, you definitely need to pay attention to this and get it done, and get it done as fast as possible. So that way you don't have to worry about, you know, any problems in the foreseeable future. Like I say, just go through the checklist of things that you can have done in your car as far as routine maintenance, and go ahead and get that done as soon as possible. Like I say, this holiday season is coming up. You know, Halloween just passed. Thanksgiving is very fastly approaching. You know, so I know people like to hit the road for the holidays. It doesn't really matter how far you're going. A couple of hours to a couple of, you know, maybe you're going a couple of hours, or maybe you're going from state to state. And regardless of how far you're traveling, be safe on the highway by maintaining a well-maintenance vehicle. And with that being said, check out the links down below. You might have something that you might be interested in the description. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, so that way you'll know whenever I'm putting out any kind of content. And as random as it might be something that might save your life or change your life. And today I'm here to save your life, because I've had my fair share of broken down hoopty bucket cars that at that point in time I was unaware of how to take care of them. But now I'm older, and I try to get, you know, if I hear something, I say something. If I smell something, I say something. Or if I notice any kind of sound while I'm driving, these are just like getting sick. These are symptoms or whatever. Don't let your car sneeze or hiccup, and you know, don't, you know, it's just like those of you who don't believe in taking medicine, and then don't believe in giving your kids medicine, and you send them to school and they got a runny nose, and next thing you know, everyone else is sick. So all I'm saying is, make sure that you take care of your car and its ailments, and you make sure that it's not sick, and you'll be okay. Alright, I guess that's everything. I guess I'll see y'all later, and don't forget to subscribe.
Feel just like a rock star.